Released August 7th for both the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, developer Atlus in conjunction with Arc System Works looks to bring the popular JRPG series into the fighting game genre. Said shortly after the events of Persona 4, our protagonist Yu returns to Inaba. Unfortunately, the Midnight Channel returns, and what is worse is that it's a fighting tournament being held by their friend Teddy. Naturally, they decide to go into the TV world, and this is where the story begins. Each character has their own story mode, and if you're new to Persona 3 or 4, the story's narrative will try to ease you into it by giving you a painfully dragged out 10 to 15 minutes of scrolling text with narrative in between fights. If this is no problem for you, then the story mode is for you. If you don't like that idea, well then arcade mode will be your ticket, giving you a condensed version of the story with only a few boxes of dialogue before and after fights. Overall, the story is enjoyable. In the sound department, the game features tunes from both Persona 3 and Persona 4, as well as some new songs in the form of themes for each of the fighters, some of which are remixes from previous games. The songs are great and are enjoyable to listen to, however on the other hand, voice acting is a mixed bag with some characters voiced well and others leaving much to be desired. Oddball choices like Labrys' Brooklyn accent and Teddy's ungodly annoying voice being what sticks out. The game features a nice sizable cast of 13 fighters with 11 characters returning from previous games, as well as 2 new fighters, Labrys and Shadow Labrys. Each character has a unique fighting style, everything from rushdown to grappler to charge and zoning characters. Each character plays differently from each other and makes themselves unique in their own way. The game revolves around 2 fighters working in conjunction with their personas, using both physical and persona-based attacks to do damaging combos. Of course, Arena has some things to help beginners familiarize themselves with the game, one being the auto combo. By mashing A, each character will do an auto combo that leads to small amounts of damage. Another feature is a nice tutorial mode that will go through all the basic features of the game. This method I prefer as to other fighters like BlazBlue and Marvel, in which both have easy input mode. This will help ease beginners into the feel of how the game is meant to be played. Things like the guard roll, character-specific unique attacks, the all-out attack, and the addition of the signature feature in Arc System Works fighters, flashy round-ending instant kills add flair and more complexion to the game itself, as this is what Arc System Works does the best. The online, however, is a mixed bag. On the PlayStation 3, it's nearly flawless, never really lagging badly, but the Xbox version up until the most recent patch had terrible online play, with games running at nearly half the speed they should have. It made for very frustrating matches and truly unblockable instant kills. But other than that, the online presents itself well, with a stylish menu and the ability to make your own custom titles for in-game matches makes itself very cool. And finally, the presentation. Persona 4 Arena presents itself in a very stylish way, from the intro to the title screen, all the menus, to in-game battles and beyond. Atlus and Arc System Works sell this game with its sharp looks and flashy appeal. The high-definition 2D sprites are very well done and the animations for each character are smooth. The supers have flair and cheese to them, and the win poses are great. And the overall game flows with style, with never a dull moment between fights or during fights. Overall, Persona 4 Arena is a fantastic fighter, setting the benchmark for what 2D fighters of this caliber should be. It takes what makes Guilty Gear and BlazBlue such fun fighters and makes them its own, making for a more fun experience. If you're into Persona but haven't been into fighters or just never played one, this game will help you out with the basics. If you're a battle-hardened fighting game veteran with many fighters under your belt, you'll find this game caters to the hardcore as well. with some characters unbelievably hard, mechanics that make it tough, and enough style to keep you coming back. Persona 4 Arena is an immediate buy if you're into fighting games or even if you're into the Shin Megami Tensei series. Even with all of its flaws, I still give it a 10 out of 10.
Is anyone surprised by the results?